Hello, my name is Nicole, and I'm going to do a book review on Lord of the Flies by William Golding. Lord of the Flies is about a bunch of British schoolboys who get stranded on the island after a plane crash that kills all of the adults and some of the children on the plane. The plane results in a scarring, that's the word that Golding used, scar, in the middle of the island, and he really mentions that in the beginning of the book, so I thought I should mention that. Also, there are two main characters in this book. Actually, there are four, but there are two leaders. There is Jack and Ralph. Jack, he craves leadership, and he's very haughty and very commanding and very just arrogant and quick to anger. And then there's Ralph. He's a leader, and he's just like one of those kids you would just follow because he looks like a leader and he carries himself like a leader, and he listens to people, but he doesn't crave leadership as much as Jack does. And then there's Piggy. He's not a leader, but he's really intelligent, and from the get-go he's had sort of like a boy crush on Ralph. He's not gay, he just sort of idolized him a tad much. He was sort of like Ron. No, he was like Harry was Dumbledore and Piggy was Hagrid. Anyways, but Jack always bullied Piggy. He and even one part of the book, Piggy was like, "Why does Jack hate us?" Anyways, and then there's Simon. And he's just like this really emo intuitive kid that like understands everything, but everyone thinks he's like a crazy freak guy. So yeah. Throughout this book, you can see the progression of savagery, and I really like that. I like how like they started out with a civilization and they had assemblies and democracy, and eventually they just regressed to like their primitive nature, and they start sacrificing pig heads to a beast. And my favorite part of the book, I have to say, was when Simon was talking to Lord of the Flies, which is just a talking pig head with flies covering it because there was like blood and they're in a tropical island, it's hot and stuff. And he was like, "You silly boy, you thought you could kill me," and all this stuff. And I was like, whoa, whoa. I really like this book. I give it a 5 out of 5 just because it was really ridiculous. I mean, schoolboys killing two other schoolboys. And then there was this one part that was like, I like towards the end, it was like, I didn't think British schoolboys would do this. And I was like, so British people are more proper? Have you seen My Fair Lady? I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But yeah, it was a good book. I recommend it. If you appreciate like author style and not just like a good story, that is the book for you. But if you don't, and if you just want a good story, it's that as well. I mean, the language isn't complicated. It's just you can read a lot into it, and the language is very nicely woven. So it's appreciated on both levels. A lot of people said it was hard, so I'm not sure if you're a less advanced reader, but in my case, it was really easy. I read half of the book in 2 hours, and I'm a really slow reader, so you should be good. Anyways, I'm going to do a book review next on A Mirror Garden. I know I was supposed to do it previously, like a long time ago before this book review, but I just haven't read it. I've been reading Les Miserables and Lord of the Flies and my A-Push book, and I've just not had the time. And I don't really think anyone looks at these anyway, so it doesn't really matter. So, have a good day. Shalom. Read Lord of the Flies. It's 5 out of 5. Never do that. I never get 5s out of 5s. Read that book.